Rise for the prayer and pledge of allegiance. Dear Lord, we submit ourselves to you as your servants and the servants of the town of Hampstead who placed their trust in us. Please allow every word that is spoken and every action taken to be in the best interest of our town, and for everyone gathered here this evening to be a stabilizing influence in these unsettled times. So Lord, bless this meeting and our town. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jim, when you're ready.
Mayor Nevin.
Here.
Councilmember Barrett.
Here.
Councilmember Painter.
Here.
Councilmember Thomas.
Present.
Councilmember Oglesby.
Here.
And Councilmember Zolman.
Here.
All righty. We'll do the minute approvals from July 8th.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. Approved. Jim?
Alrighty. As always, we'll start with the water system centralization and modernization project. Last Friday, August the 8th, we held the first pipeline construction progress meeting. Pre-construction will begin in approximately 2 weeks, the last week of August, with the installation of erosion and sediment control devices, along with test pitting. The actual construction to install the first new pipeline will begin the following week, shortly after Labor Day. The start has been delayed due to issues with the materials to be used, but that issue has been corrected. Due to the delay, the sequence of pipelines to be constructed has changed. Now they'll be starting on Main Street with a new main that will run from Pump House 5, which is the one right by the tennis courts, to the new dairy water treatment plant, which it'll get off Main Street just north of Greenmount Station. Construction of all 5 new water mains is scheduled to be completed in May of 2026. The opening of bids for the water treatment plant construction contracts has been postponed until September 5th. This delay is necessary for our engineers to address the many questions and comments that we've received concerning the RFP. And just to give you guys an idea, this is the request for bids for 2 of the plants, only one of the contract. It's 1,900 pages of technical stuff, specifications. This does not include the actual construction drawings. So it's a lot to go through, and there's a lot of questions to come out of it. So
I hope I don't have to value engineer this thing down to 1,000 pages. Hopefully these bids come back in,
we do have some contractors that are interested that we are happy to have interested. So, which is a good thing.
Make or break.
Yep. So the Narrane property at 1730 North Main Street, whose annexation package was introduced at last month's council meeting, is currently going through state and county review and approval. We have received the State Department of Planning's review, and they approved the annexation. The annexation petition will be introduced to the county's Planning and Zoning Commission next Tuesday, the 19th. And then it will go in front of the county commissioners for their approval on August 21st. The annexation will return to this council at the September meeting for your hopeful approval. Most of you were here, or at least aware of them. We had 2 town hall meetings in July to provide information on 2 large projects beginning construction in the near future in Hampstead. Both meetings were well attended by town residents. The first meeting was to address the changes to the stormwater management pond in Roberts Field. Claire Hurt and Janet O'Meara from the county's Bureau of Land Resources led the presentation. I thought Claire did an excellent job presenting the who, what, why, and when. Kevin and I have a follow-up meeting with Claire and Janet this week to address the questions that were brought up. Once we have the solid answers to that, we'll put them out so people are aware of where we stand now. The second meeting was to address the impact of the water system project on residents and businesses. Town staff led the presentation. A lot of good information was presented. If you want to watch it, the video of the water system town hall meeting can be found on CMC's YouTube channel. You go there, you just simply search Hampstead Town Hall Meeting. Rental housing applications were mailed out last week, the last week of July, to all the existing rental housing license holders. There's over 260 rental properties in Hampstead, which is over 10% of all residential properties. As of this morning, well, as of right now, we've now received back 88 applications. along with the appropriate rental housing license fees. They all are due back before August 31st. In finance, Cheryl's been preparing for the annual workers' comp audit. That auditor was here today in Town Hall and performed the audit. All went smoothly, no red flags, everything was good. She also continues to work on the final closing of fiscal year 2025 in preparation for the financial audit. The auditors will be here the first week of September. The fiscal year 2025 financial statements will be issued by October 31st. And then as far as Hampstead Main Street Partnership, we had a meeting last night. The Fall Fest, they continue to plan for the Fall Fest, which will be held on October 11th. The event will feature live music, vendors, fall-based activities for kids, craft demonstrations, and a beer garden. The event will take place on the grounds of War Memorial Park, St. John's Church, and Matthews Tire between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. And then finally, town offices will be closed on Monday, September 1st in observance of Labor Day.
Less than 3 weeks away. Hard to believe.
Yeah.
Summer is blowing by. Questions for Jim? All right. Diane, Farmers Market.
The 2 weeks when the farmers market was located along the front of the Pantherplex have been the most well-attended so far this season. We've also been seeing many new customers, which lets us know that our customer base continues to grow. The weather was very pleasant on both days, along with almost every day during Carnival Week. We will be back at our usual spot in the parking lot for the remainder of the season. If you follow our Facebook page, you'll notice that our page administrator has been posting a snapshot of what to expect at the upcoming market each week. This snapshot includes a list of the participating vendors, musical performers, and any special events such as giveaways and door prizes. We hope you find this information helpful as you plan your Saturday. This Saturday, August 16th, we will be the host site for the second annual Youth Farmers Market alongside our regular vendors. This event is organized by Hampstead Marketing Design, and the youth vendors will be selling a variety of food and craft items. It's a great opportunity for kids to engage with the community and learn about earning money and budgeting. We hope you will come out and support these young entrepreneurs.
You know where you're sticking them? Where you're locating them?
Not exactly.
Yeah, okay.
That's Keith's job.
All right, we'll find out Saturday morning.
You're
Be a
the logistics
surprise.
guy.
Hopefully
He
one,
hasn't asked me a thing.
hopefully one has a cookie. All right,
Okay.
good. Wayne,
The Hampstead train station, we just had our front porch refurbished this past weekend. It was having some issues with some rain damage, so we got that fixed. Music in the Park was this past Saturday night. It was Mark Bale, Big Country, pretty well attended for having the competition of the carnival going on. On the 23rd, we have Box 88 coming to play, and then on September 13th, we have the Blue Moon Big Band coming.
what's Box 88 do?
Box 88 is contemporary music. You heard Third Wheel before? It's the same lead singer for Third Wheel.
Okay,
She plays at the farmers market
okay.
this weekend.
So contemporary pop.
Contemporary pop.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
to be clear, not hip hop.
And tomorrow, I am participating in a video interview at the train station. So that'll be interesting.
With whom?
It's Sonia.
Sonia.
Sonia Francis.
Francis
From
Remax.
Remax. She's involved with some new venture. And so they're doing, I think Remax is maybe going around doing a bunch of interviews with
Community businesses, I think I saw you.
Oh, they haven't met our rock star over there at the end of the table yet with PFAS and everything else he's been on?
I gave her some advice.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chief told her she didn't need a permit.
okay.
Oh, that's nice. The Tree Commission, we got approved for a grant for our fall planting from the Maryland Urban Community Grant Program. They upped us. It was a $1,000 grant. They put us into another program like they did last year. We were able to get almost 3K in trees for the park. So we'll be finalizing the plans for that, and probably looks like a November, first Saturday in November planting, according to the response I'm getting from the team members. So we'll see how that goes.
That's cutting it close.
Huh?
That's cutting it close.
We planted, well, it's still warm in November now. But yeah, it's, that's what the, I tried to get it earlier because I'm gonna be having surgery on the 17th of October, so. But November 11th, or the first weekend, I think it's November 2nd, seems to be the date they want to do it.
Okay.
Somebody planted a fall fest in the middle of tree planting season. And then we're also applying for another grant from the Chesapeake Bay for next spring. So that one's up to $50,000, so we'll see what we can do for seeing what we can get.
Okay.
All right. And that's it.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you. Deb?
The Hampstead Planning and Zoning Commission met on Wednesday, July 23rd. The first thing on the agenda was the approval of a sign application for a new business at 903 South Main Street, and I'm probably not saying this correctly, Roganart Bakery?
Roganart.
Yeah. This is the location of the old Snickerdoodles. The sign will be white with black trim, and they're anticipating a late August opening. Brenda Denny came from the county to present the 2024 Carroll County Water Resources Element Draft. The purpose is to evaluate the water supply, wastewater, and stormwater. The strategies surrounding this include sustaining the existing water supply, developing new supply in order to support growth, to promote conservation, and to develop emergency supply plans. The commission approved the county to send the draft to the state for the required 60-day review.
Very good.
That's all I got, 2024.
Dave?
Yes.
As far as any type of plantings or anything, it's of course middle of summer, but we did move some plants that were growing too tall in front of the Welcome to Hampstead signs. So we had planted there a couple of years ago. So they've been moved to the War Memorial where they can expand in some areas where we needed help.
Yeah, I don't want people thinking they're coming to Hampstead, not Hampstead.
Exactly. So, and we put some smaller plants out there. This Saturday, the partnership helped with the trash pickup on Main Street as we normally do once a month. Unfortunately, we're not getting as much trash, but we're getting a lot of things tied to things now. I'm getting poles, street poles had signs, yard sale signs tied to them. The telephone poles had the same thing. So we're hoping people will stop doing that because it's a mess to clean that up, but we got it done.
So good news, nothing on the ground.
Nothing on the ground, but it's on the
Just got to
poles.
take care of the poles. All
And
right.
I'm gonna let the chief talk about the other thing that I've been involved with, and I know Dave there has too, over the
Good.
past 8 weeks, but I will jump in and tell him how much I loved it, so that's it.
I heard if we need you, we needed an emergency, you're almost qualified.
There you go.
Ben?
All right, for July's water usage, the average was 365,000 gallons per day. August so far has been 373 gallons per day. So this is up from our average.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's from not getting enough rain because
It's been hot, and yes.
not enough rain. August has only had 0.02 inches, and July was 3.72. So not a lot of rain either month.
And there's another stat on there about the
Yes.
water. It was absolutely amazing that the water we've pumped year to date, this year to last year, is almost the exact same, 63 million gallons.
Wow.
Yeah, 63,214,000 gallons of water from January to June 30th, and that was this year, and last year was only 2,000 less.
So,
Or this year's
Consistent.
2,000, this year's 2,000 less than
but
last year.
it's the same. You're talking 63 million, that's a rounding error, not even. All right, moving right along. Chief, you better be ready for, don't disappoint him.
Did you look?
I did.
There we go. All right, good evening, everyone. During the month of July, with reference to traffic safety, we investigated 11 accidents. None were reportable. They were all minor property damage only. 4 took place in the 42 circle. Speed signs were placed at 4 locations for a total of 64 days of display. Overall traffic enforcement included 15 selective enforcements over a total of 8 hours. 11 citations and 10 warnings were issued during that time period. Overall traffic enforcement included 67 citations, 119 warnings. We conducted 535 patrol checks. With reference to crime, 2 assaults were reported, 2 thefts, 1 incident of fraud, 2 incidents of MDOP, vandalism, 2 trespass incidents, and 2 disorderly conduct incidents. Arrests included 2 individuals were charged with assault, 3 DUIs, 1 individual was picked up on an outstanding warrant. 1 incident involved disorderly conduct where the individual was charged with that as well. Traffic-related arrests included 4 unlicensed drivers, 6 uninsured drivers, and 6 suspended drivers. We conducted 104 hours of training. Some of the topics included the town heat policy. Judy came up with a new policy related to working in the heat that's consistent with the Maryland regulations. And we also included in that series one of our own videos that is heat-related topics. We also conducted training on responding to mental health crisis, implicit bias, communications. Ms. Geiger attended a records retention class, TASER instructor certification, autism promoting safe outcomes, it's called, handcuffing training, sexual harassment, firearms, as well as training in the Juvenile Restoration Act. We also successfully underwent an audit by the training department of the Maryland Training Commission. What they require is each year, in addition to firearms, we have to make sure our officers go through 18 credits. That's the minimum. Our folks do a lot more than that, but we have to meet the standards that the commission establishes with that simple 18. One of the requirements they have is there are certain classes that we're supposed to have within certain time frames. Some of them are 3 years, some are 2 years, some are 1 year. And one of the reasons why you will see the same classes popping up different times is because they require that we do it in a timely manner. Implicit bias, for instance, we're required to make sure everybody has that every year. We went through it, they went through our records, and everything was in compliance. Community events included, we presented at a Catherine's Cause presentation. Brian Emery was our representative. He has done this 3 years now at Camp Cops. It's a week-long program over at the Ag Center. Pretty much law enforcement throughout the county participates in it. I want to say there's roughly 100 kids. I could be wrong on that, and they break them down into 4 groups. It's a week-long where they get an experience in leadership, in different law enforcement-related themes. It's a great program, and we're fortunate enough that we've been able to participate with it on a regular basis. And as Councilman Unglesby said a minute ago, we held our first Hampstead Citizens Police Academy. It's been over a series of 8 weeks, I guess it was. Casey Mann took the lead on that, and we've been kicking around the idea of doing this for quite some time. And the idea was to give everybody sort of a taste of what we do and help people understand why we do it in a certain manner. So we did everything from constitutional law, we did some car stops, we used our virtual reality, our Milo system. We had an introduction to TASER. Some of Jim's staff, they actually saved some of the things from that. Judy and Christina, Dave's here. He was one of our attendees, and Councilman Unglesby as well. It was our first time dipping our toe in the water. I think we've learned some things, and we've had some feedback of how we can tweak it moving forward. It was a good experience. Credit to Casey. He did a lot of hard work on it. And we finished up with a presentation from the state's attorney's office. So I think people learned something. We learned something. It was fun. And I appreciate everybody that helped us out in it to make it work. And that would be my report.
Very good. Questions?
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
All right, and last not least is my report for this evening. Looking back on it, it was a busy little July. Attended last month's Main Street meeting here. They've already had another one for August, just the way the days fell. I went to an MPRP town hall at Hereford High School. The line continues to move along. PSEG continues to file suits against landowners to get access, and that's working its way through the judicial process, but certainly in a delayed manner. But it was well attended. On the positive side, Little G's Diner opened up where the old Hampstead Diner is, and we wish Chris and Katie Coyle well. It was a well attended grand opening, and it was pretty good food. And my two of my grandchildren were there. They enjoyed it, so passed the grandchild test, so that's always good. I attended a Greater Baltimore Economic Forum. Senator Ferguson was the speaker. He's the president of the state senate. I don't think you're going to see as much drama, maybe even politics, the coming year, given that it's a election year. I don't think tax increases will be on the table, at least. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Currently, MACO is just starting down in Ocean City. That's the Maryland Association of Counties, which, well, same as our Maryland Municipal League conference that's held earlier in June. So we'll see what news is made out of that conference here in the next couple of days. Been on the Maryland Municipal League Legislative Committee this year. This year I'm just a member. But we've been putting together the legislative priorities for the Maryland Municipal League, and they all have to do with taxation and how the county should be sharing more money with us than they are. There's some counties on the Eastern Shore that don't share any money. So you're paying town taxes and county taxes maybe for the same kind of service. Carroll County has always shared. You can question whether it's enough, but it's also interesting to hear that MACO, because of everything being put upon them, because of the blueprint and the funding that they have, they're thinking that they need to pull money back from the municipalities. So it's going to be an interesting legislative session between the counties and the municipalities. So at least it's shaping up that way. We had a Maryland Mayors Association Executive Committee meeting that was just, update and getting started for the next year. I attended a Baltimore County GOP dinner, the Lincoln Reagan dinner down there in Pikesville, and it was Senator Dave McCormick from Pennsylvania who was the speaker. He was quite entertaining, and former Governor Ehrlich introduced him. I attended that. Jim and I have met with the Hampstead Residences team, the new team that's trying to acquire the property. They're working on getting their low-income housing tax credits extended again for another, was it 20 or 30 years?
30.
30 years. It's hard to believe it's already been 20. And then, Jim already referenced the Roberts Fields and the PFAS town halls that we had here. I don't think you didn't reference the fact that you were on Channel 45 and Maryland Public Television explaining PFAS, but
I didn't think that was necessary.
You did a fantastic job.
But Kevin and Jim are, their Screen Actors Guild awaits them. So, but they've been doing a very good job of getting the word out as to what's going on with PFAS. The word is getting out in general about plastics in the systems of us all the way through the drinking water, through the entire environment of wherever humans inhabit. So, that word's getting out there. Our project's getting out there. Of course, it's well funded, and as Jim was pointing out with the stack of books that are sitting on the end of his table, it's quite an involved process, and the proof is going to meet the pudding here in the next month. Let's see what kind of numbers we get back. And the Roberts Field one was also, talking about the stormwater management pond south end of town. That was also very well attended. The county staff did a good job. So that's it for my comments. I'm sure, August is already half over. Our fire department, I heard, had a great week.
Yes.
You can't complain about the weather last week at all, whether you were at the beach or you were here. So good for them. They were due it after the last couple of years of hurricane force winds blowing through and ripping
It
things
was
up.
very, very well attended.
Good. So onward and upward for the town. That's the end of my comments. There is no business this month. It being August, as you can tell, more stuff is going to be coming in September. So we look forward to seeing you then. Any public comments? Yes, ma'am. Ms. Duff.
I just wanted to comment on Diane's comment about the screenshot for the snapshot. You said the Gary Lee posts. I mean, I peek at that every week, and I count, and there's like over 30 vendors. And I look and I think, holy crap, there's only 6 that were original vendors back in the day when Sharon and I were doing it. So the farmers market team has done a great job in soliciting new vendors, and it shows because the attendance is good. So when I saw, oh my goodness, there's only 6 original ones. So you guys are doing a good job.
That they are. And it's, like she said, good thing there's nothing in it.
I know.
And, you said we've only got 6 original vendors, but it's great to see that, the market lives on and we're attracting all this new attention, where you attract new visitors every week. But then it's also, you see the same, I look forward to seeing, I know I'm going to be seeing 12, 15 people I know within a given month and this is when I see them at the farmers market. So it's a real community event, and thanks to you for kicking it off and getting it going.
Well, the neat thing is, like with the White family, I don't know how many children Jessica had when she first started, but now
It's grandkids.
Praise is going to college. And I thought, holy moly, we just saw her when she was like, when Jessica was carrying her on her hip, and now she's off to college. So it's a good tradition.
And Jessica's a grandmother now.
What's that?
Jessica's a grandmother now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
One thing we didn't talk about was National Night Out last week
Yeah,
during the carnival. Your staff did a great job.
yep.
It was really well attended. It seemed very organized, and it was a very nice evening. So
Try to break what we did in July.
you can
Yeah.
talk about it next month also, but I just wanted to let you know because it's fresh in my mind because it was last week.
So the first week in August was the place to be in Hampstead, that's for sure. Between Music in the Park, National Night Out, and the Carnival. And the Farmers Market, being in front of the old school.
And people were talking about night out at the Music in the Park Saturday night, so,
Good.
yeah. Good show for the town police department.
All right, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in September.
You.